Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on turning of this spaceship. So once we are in the air, so since this is a spaceship, we are not going to use the flaps to turn because we should consider the fact that this would be in the space which we don't have air or an atmosphere. So when I want to turn, as you see here, these thrusters are activated and it turns the ship. So when I want to turn right, this right thruster is activated in the back and the left thruster is activated in the front, which turns the ship in clockwise direction. If I press Q, it turns the ship in counterclockwise direction by applying the forces in the opposite sides like this. So this is what we are going to work on today, these thrusters and how to use them to turn our ship. And moment is working as usual. So these main 4 thrusters are used to gain forward and backward momentum like this. If we don't move forward or backward, they become vertical, and we can turn in place as well using these thrusters. Okay, so before we get started with the video, I'd like to remind you that you can download the project files of this project and also all the other projects that I have covered in my channel. There are over 1600 videos as of today. So you can download all those projects from Patreon page. So yeah, feel free to check it out, and let's get back to the tutorial. Okay, so I have imported this object. So this is a thruster. I'm gonna attach it one under here and one under here. So this is to be activated when the spaceship is turning. So when it need to turn to the right side, it should activate that thruster to the left and the thruster behind to the right. So the reason to do that is because we need to think that this is a spaceship. So unlike a normal plane that we usually turn with turning flaps, maybe something like this, by turning flaps, the turning works only if we are in a atmosphere. But in the space there is no atmosphere, so we need to use thrusters. So that's why I am planning to use thrusters. Okay, so I'll create a new blueprint in the type actor. I'll call it BP turn thrusters. Thruster. Alright, now here we open the blueprint and I'll attach this object like this. Now I'll go to one of the side views and move this down so that the origin would be here. It would make easier for me to attach to the body of the ship. Okay, so now let me open this main blueprint, shuttle blueprint. Actually, it is wrong to call this shuttle because shuttle is usually something that only lands. It doesn't take off. It takes off with the help of rockets. But anyway, it doesn't matter for the program. So where should I attach the thrusters? here. First I'll add under the shuttle, first I'll add empty seat. I'll call it turn thrusters. Alright, now we need 4 thrusters, 2 thrusters, because we have the sides in the thruster itself. And I don't need to rotate them or anything, so just adding them here directly under this thruster scene component should be enough. Therefore, let me drag and drop thruster. I'll call it, oh sorry, not this static mesh. We need to attach the blueprint. Right, now let's go back to the side view. Okay, it's a little bigger, but we can make it smaller. Well, no need actually. That slightly fits, so that's fine. Okay, I'll name this thruster front, and let me duplicate that. One needed in the back, so here. What if we attach it to the top side? How does that look? Seems fine, because underside right, we have something here. Yeah, these vents, so it should be like this. Okay, right, now we have the thrusters that we use for turning. Next thing is we need to add 2 particle effects here, so let's quickly create. We have this NS engine. Let me duplicate this and NS turn thrust. So this actually don't need to have multiple colors, so let's just make it white and a bit longer. So increase the speed. Like this, and decrease the shape, so 50. Still, I might have to do this so that it fades out at the end. Okay, now let me add this to the thruster. So I need to turn it. Which side is this? This is front, so this is left. Okay, I think it's still bigger. So we might need to reduce the size of the shape location. 2020. Right. And this is let's call it thrust L because this is left side, and another one thrust R. So it should be to the other side like this. Now this is how it looks, but I hope this will look cool in this space. And also this is not gonna be visible all the time, but maybe I think we should make this a bit smaller because I feel like this is too big. So let's reduce the spawn rate 500 and lifetime right. That's better. Okay, now by default this should not be active, so here I'll disable auto activate. Right. Okay, now let's create an activate custom event. Activate thrusters and add an input left, right. So if this is true, we will activate left, otherwise we will activate right. Wait, no. I'll call this toggle thrusters and I'll add two variables, left and right, so we can individually control whether to activate or deactivate. So if this is true, we need to activate, otherwise deactivate. I'll make this a macro. Toggle thruster. Right, and need to do the same thing for the right as well. Give the right reference. Okay, right. Now the engine part is complete. So, but at the moment we still haven't implemented. Where is the engine? Okay, E. And shift. Wait, why is it going too fast? Alright, this is going too fast because the collision of these thrusters are interfering with the ship. So I'll disable collisions for them and start engine. Start moving up. Okay, so now I haven't implemented turning yet, so we need a different input for that. So we have under actions, jump, look, move, flying. Alright, I'll add another input action. Let me duplicate this here, flying, turn. This is in the type of axis 1D, and we need to, let me close this, we need to use it here, IA turn, and as the key, why this keep expanding, as the key I'll use E to turn right, and why is this expanding, Q to turn left. So I have used actually E for another input as well to toggle the engine. Flying input, oh, double E. Where did I implement toggle engine? Oh, here. So instead of E, I'll use T, key T, right. Now here for Q, I need to add negate modifier because Q is turned to left, so the axis value should be negative. Right. Now flying input, turn, IA turn, oh, not that one, IA turn, this one. So here basically what we need to do is add in turn input. So add rotation input, no, add turn input. Oh, we don't have a turn input, but we can do this. Add rotation, add relative rotation. Yeah. Oh wait, add local rotation. I think both are same. Yeah, anyway, let's test this. So we only need to turn, therefore we only need to give this Z input. So we can get this and multiply. So we need to keep this independent from the frame rate of the game. So get per delta seconds, multiply with this, and also we can add a multiplier, perhaps something like this. Let's test. If I press Q, yeah, now it's turning. But what we need to do is not like this. We should not be able to turn while we are on the ground. So therefore, just like this, we have to do this test. I'll convert this to a macro. What should we call? Can maneuver. Maneuver. This is the correct spelling. Okay. So we can use the same macro here. Can maneuver. Now we will not be able to turn here until we start engine and move up. Yeah, now I can see. Okay, so what's next? Oh, now we need to activate thrusters. So how do we do that? First we need references to thrusters. For that, let's do this. I'll add a function. Initialize thrusters, turn thrusters, and then I'll get both thrusters. Oh, both are front. One should be back. This is back. So we need to get child adapter and cast to turn thruster. I'll call this TT, stands for turn thruster front. TT front. Oh, promote variable TT front, and same thing, get child actor to the casting, promote variable TT back. Should be connected. Okay, now I'll call this function here in the begin play, and then here we need to check this value. So based on this value, oops, why am I getting that? It should be a readout node. Here another reroute node. So if this is positive, that means we are trying to turn right. So we need to check this. If this is greater than 0, oh, hold on. First we need to check if this is equal to 0. If yes, we are not trying to turn anything. So what we should do is get TT front and TT back and toggle thrusters, both needs to turn off like this. And if false, another branch to check if this is larger than 0. That means positive. That means we are trying to turn right. So in that case, we should break front thruster. If we are trying to turn right, let me add a comment. Right. So front thruster, left side should be activated because we are trying to turn right, and right side should be deactivated. And in the back, toggle thrusters, opposite. The right side should be activated, left should be deactivated because we are turning clockwise around the z-axis of the ship. Okay, and if false, that means we are trying to turn left. So in the front, right should be activated. In the back, left should be activated. Okay, so one more thing. So we will need a do once node here because we don't want to repeatedly call this. If any of these conditions are true, do once, do once, and we need to reset this. Let's have a sequence. And reset. Here also same sequence and reset. So what we are doing is, if we are trying to turn right, then this should be activated once and this should remain disconnected or blocked. And if we again try to turn to left, that means this should only happen once and this gate should be open again. Similarly, here also it's better to have a do once. So if any of these conditions are true, that should be connected back. Maybe I'll do it like this. Right. Now here also we need a sequence. If I release turn keys, that means I'm not either trying to turn left or right. So in that case, both of them should be reset or open. Right, time to test. So we need to first move up. Okay, right, it's working, but when I release, it's not working. Okay, let's see. Oh, this does not trigger anymore if I release any of the inputs. So that means we need a way to turn this off. So here I'll add a retriggerable delay of 0.5 seconds. And connect to each end. Earlier when I pressed dot, it was going for reroute node, but now it's not. So that's why I always get num input. Right. Now it should work. It should reset. Let's move up. Okay. Oh, it's not. Why not? Alright. So if I keep it pressed more than 0.5 seconds, this gonna go through and it's not coming back anymore. Okay, so this is not where we need this. We need this here. Here, if I add a sequence, and call this, now it should work. Now it should work. Let's see. Turn on, move up. Turn right. Still not. Let's debug and see. Oh, it's -1. Right, so the previous value we got is cached, it seems. Okay, so now what if I use turn this node? Let's see what happens now. I don't know if that is also get cached. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, now it's working. But the direction is wrong. When we want to turn right, okay, it's wrong. We should be activating the opposite sides. Right, this is the problem. I have to change this. Right, now it should be fine. Let's test for the last time. Okay. Yeah, now it's correct. One more thing I would like to fix is, instead of this instantly stopping, I think it would be better if it stopped smoothly without instant stop of turning. For that, we can do something like this. Let's promote this to a variable. I'll call it 𝐶_offset. No. Your turning. And then I'll use this value. So instead of directly setting this value, I'll get your turning, and we'll with this, with an alpha of, let's say, 0.1, maybe not 0.1 and 0.5. Now we should get a smooth turning behavior. Let's check. Now if I press E, well, here is a problem. So even if I have the alpha, it will only be used at the beginning. When I release, since this is no longer getting called, the smooth out part is not working. Therefore, let me do something like this. Instead of using that trigger, I'll use a custom event turn and use this as an input. Turn ship. Now there is a chance that where is tick? I'm gonna call this turn in the tick. Turn ship. Input pin is IA turn. Now there is a chance that this might go on forever because we are looping. So this, say, turning is 1 and this value is 0. So this will never become 0 because we are looping. So here, let's check, get the absolute value of this and check if it is nearly equal to 0. As the tolerance, I'll use 0.1. Another branch. So if that is the case, I will just stop calling this part. Right, now we should get a smooth behavior. Let's see. Turn on the engines, press shift to move up. Okay, E. why isn't this moving? Sorry. We should use false here, because if this is nearly equal to 0, we should know that's the case. We should no longer call this. Right. Turn on. Shift. Okay. Right. Now we have a smooth behavior. See, it's not instantly stopping turning. And we can move forward or backward, or we can move while turning as well. Okay, so I think we can stop this episode for today. And thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for you to download in the Patreon page. I'll put the link in the description, and see you in another episode. Goodbye.